Hi everybody, welcome to round 18 of the Classic Tournament, London 1899. With white we have Maroczy, and with black we have Lasker. So Maroczy actually was one of the best players in the late 19th century and early 20th century. However, he never really was quite the best. Lasker was always a step ahead of him, and although he was probably rated number 2 or number 3 in the world for perhaps a period of 10 years, he never really got a shot in a match with Lasker, but I don't think he would have really had a chance. I do believe Lasker was significantly stronger than he was. However, Maroczy was a much more positionally sound player than some of the kind of swashbuckling players in the late 19th century. And he's known for the Maroczy bind, which is a positional setup in the Sicilian defense. So we're going to just take a look at the first few moves of this game. I mean, you look at it and you see only one thing is that this pawn is isolated. And therefore black may have some small advantage here. This square is weak as well. A black piece could get there. However, maybe a white piece could come to c5, like knight e4 to c5. In any case, he plays the move, knight e4, with ideas of hopping to c5. And now black plays a typical move in a position like this. I'm not saying it's the only move, but you may want to pause your video and just kind of first instinct. Whatever you think of in the first 10 seconds, go with that move. All right, I'm going to show you now. He played the move a5. A typical idea in a position like this, because number one, we're threatening to take this pawn. And when he takes, generally the a3 pawn, being attacked by the bishop, is going to be weaker than this pawn. It's much easier to attack. We have a rook in the file, a bishop attacking it. So it's a typical pawn break in a position like this. White takes, black took with the knight, takes. And another good thing, the more you trade, the more it helps when you're attacking against the isolated pawn. So things have been going pretty well for Lasker. Knight e5 is played, rook on a to d8, which is slightly surprising. You would think rook f to d8. However, why did he not play rook f to d8? Pause your video for a second and figure out. Because this rook is already pretty good in the a file. And the reason is a key tactical idea. Bishop h7. King takes, queen h5. And after king here, queen f7. White has at least a draw with a perpetual. Maybe he has more, but at least a draw. And because of that, he had to keep his rook on f8. And put the rook that he would have liked to stay on a8, but he had to move it to d8. Queen to c2, h6. And now white played the move, bishop to e4. And my question to you, what move would you play here for black? Pause your video and try to figure it out. Okay, I'm going to show you the answer now. So bishop e2 was actually a very big blunder, or a very big mistake. Black has a simple move, bishop takes knight. And the point is, well, number one, if bishop takes bishop, we just take on h2, then recapture the bishop, and we're up a clear pawn with a winning position due to the weakness of the d4 square and the fact that our knight can hop into c4. So he would like to take back, which is what he did in the game, and it's just a simple tactical calculation. Take, knight b3, the rook in a1 moves. Well, he didn't move the rook, but when it does move, knight to d2. So Maroczy just missed a very relatively basic 3-move calculation, and with that, Lasker was able to win the game. And so what he did, I mean, he won from here pretty easily up the exchange. But what he did here was he found ways to make his opponent's life a little bit difficult with moves like a5. And he didn't fall for this trick on f7. And, usually when your position's slightly better, just having a slightly better position usually means your opponent is more likely to fall for a tactical mistake than you are. Because usually the one with the slightly better position has more tactical chances. That's the way I feel it goes. And so when you see somebody blunder like this, it's usually because their position was a little bit unpleasant to begin with. So a very nice win from Lasker against one of the top players in the world. I mean, he won easily with black, like it was a total joke. The first game they played in this tournament, it was a pretty short draw, so this was a nice bit of, like a nice exclamation point, making sure Lasker tells Maroczy, hey, I'm better than you, buddy. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you tomorrow with another game from this tournament. Bye-bye.